Hello, my name is Carina, and in this podcast, Break Fear, Find Freedom, I have conversations with people just like you who have broken their fear and found their freedom, whatever that may be. And shows you how to do the same. So sit back, relax, grab your coffee or your running shoes, whatever makes you happy, and let the fun begin. Oh, by the way, come take my hand and let's go. The door's opening now. Hello, everybody. It's Carina again and our beautiful podcast. And today I've got a very cool guest called Juan. Now, Juan is an energy healer, and he's got some exciting projects that he's working with at the moment. But before we talk about that, I think you need to know a bit more about Juan. Hello, Juan. How are you?
Hello, Carina. I'm doing well. About yourself?
I'm very well, thank you. Juan, tell us a bit about who Juan is. I mean, we did meet you a few months back when I first started the podcast, but things have changed since then. So tell us a bit about where you're at, what you're doing, and who Juan is.
Well, since we last talked, I had a project a couple of projects that I work on. I had quite a few interesting things happening.
Okay, well, tell us a bit.
Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't have the permission of those people to talk about, but energetically, things have moved on for me, and I guess in the right direction. And some people have seen very good result working with me.
Oh, that is exciting.
Yes.
That is very exciting. So has this, because obviously with the energy healing, you work with people, but as they grow, so have you. And I think I see a change in you as well. You're more positive, and you seem more like energetically in your space compared to the first time we spoke. But then on the other hand, it was just at the beginning as well of the podcast. So I think that a lot of things have changed since then.
How things should have changed for you also.
Yes, of course. That's how it is, which is really cool. But tell us a bit, okay, you can't speak about that. Tell us a bit about this project, this other project that you're doing, because, well, maybe we should speak a bit more about COVID and how everyone is so afraid with everything that's going on.
Oh yes, definitely. The COVID issue is something that everybody relates to, I believe, on a personal basis, because it is affecting everybody. And my project is also partly related to that. And the bad thing about it is that it's either we are talking about it or we are talking the wrong thing about COVID. Yes. To me, what I mean by that is like, why debating about the vaccine? Why debating about what are people doing or not? They feel for it or against it. To me, it does not make any difference. It's like, what are we concretely doing to support people that are experiencing those days? And truly, I haven't seen anybody that come up and said, okay, this is what we are doing to help people. This is the kind of support we are giving to people right now for them to be able to move forward with their life. And that, I think that is part of my project that I'm working on. But also it's what I think everybody should be doing. Instead of putting their energy in polarizing things, you should put their energy on doing things.
Yes, I agree with that. This debate whether pro or con, vaccine, no vaccine, I think it's become so bad that it's splitting up families, and people will just feel like well, I suppose they feel like they need to grasp onto something. But I really love your approach where let's just come together, support each other, hold hands. We're all in this together anyway.
Yeah.
So let's support each other and stop like keeping each other apart and just support each other and come together as a whole world, as the world, right? So how do you feel you can do this, or how are you doing this?
Well, my approach is like I would talk to some. I've been talking, not necessarily talking, but I know from experience. I live in this world,
Yes.
so every day it's like I can hear, even though the news is not something that it's on my agenda to do every day, but I can hear things. I relate to people. I have my own family around me, and I personally know of people who had experienced the contamination. They got COVID and how they went through it.
Yes.
And the support system is not there. Once a family member is going through COVID, it's like they are overwhelmed, one, by all the information out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really know exactly what to do. Even doctors are not sure sometimes.
Yes. Yes.
You have somebody, you talk to somebody and it gave you this advice, and you talk to somebody else and he's giving you a different or completely opposite advice.
Yes.
So the layperson is like, okay, what do I do with all those kind of information? What do I do that I can help myself and my family go through that?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, the energetic support that I provide, I believe, help people going through that and having a clearer mindset, or a mindset that put them in an empowering position, if you want.
Yes. I love that.
When we get hold of our fear, we know, okay, this is what is guiding us. Let's get rid of it. And once we get rid of it, we see something else behind that fear.
Yes.
Things that beforehand was not there. We could not see it because we have that blanket of fear obstructing our perspective.
Mm-hmm. So if you can push through it, then of course, I mean, we know that if you can break through the fear or somehow see how it can help you and get to the other side, that would be the ideal situation. So what happened? What made you decide to do this project? What happened? Was it clients that you saw, or did you actually experience COVID yourself?
No, I haven't experienced COVID myself, but I have people that are close to me that have had got COVID. Not fortunately, not a direct family member.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not in my household.
Yes, yes.
But I've seen people going through it. I know of people that have that got it. Actually, I have extended family member that got it, even though they were fully vaccinated.
Yes.
And all that bring together and said, okay, what are we doing? What is it that that we are doing to help to give support to those people?
Mm-hmm.
And to cut through all the noise and be able to assess the situation in a logical or practical way.
Yes.
So
yes.
this is that was the deciding factor.
So did you see that you obviously, after they got COVID, and I'm gathering that they okay now and they healed from it. But you obviously saw through their eyes how the lack of support within the environments right now.
Oh yes, yes, definitely. They got medical support. Yes, they went to the doctor.
Yes, yes,
They were medicated and all that kind of support that we think of, but there was nothing after that, nothing to help the family, to help them through the crisis. Normally, when we have somebody who is sick, in a normal situation, let's say 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we have family members that come in and visit. We have people that we talk to. We can go out, talk to the neighbor. Those were the support system, if you want, that was there. It was not a conventional support system, but there were people there to support you.
yes, yes.
But right now, with our situation, a lot of time we don't have that. The neighbor might not want to talk to you because they are afraid that they might catch the
Yes.
virus, knowing that, and also because of the situation, you have to isolate yourself, and you quarantine yourself, you isolate yourself, and what is the support system that we have here when we do that? We don't.
Yes, yes.
And also, it is something that most of us have never experienced in our lifetime. Only maybe quite a few individuals at this time are still living that have been through I believe it was the influenza in the 1910,
Yes,
the Spanish influenza, I believe.
yes, yes.
But how many of them are here right now? Very few.
I don't know.
If any. I don't know of any person, but maybe there's a couple out there. And also it is not something that we can relate in our lifestyle context, because 1910, at the beginning of the 20th century, our lifestyle was a lot different from our lifestyle nowadays.
Yeah, it's a totally different life. You can't even compare it, right? But
yeah.
I mean, we know that emotional, the isolation is so bad for humans. We made to be, we're social people, you know, we need that connection. We need the social interaction with each other. And now with COVID, everyone's withdrawing. They're withdrawing into their houses because of the fear, like you were saying. They're withdrawing into their houses, they're afraid, and there's no emotional support. So especially now, over the season, I mean, now it's the festive season, now it's the holiday season. I think a lot of people are going to feel that that lack of support and that lack of connection. And so you start getting depression and all sorts of things coming up because of it.
Right, right. And we can say the holiday is a double whammy, if you want.
Yes.
Because
yes,
for a lot of people, holidays are one of the most stressful time for them, because they have to deal with family reunion and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And now there's an additional layer of stress on them because of the health situation we are in at this moment.
Yes, yes. So it's layer on layer and stress and fear, and the fear makes everything so much worse. So you're getting a lot of people that are breaking down. I think the depression rate is also very high, and suicide. This is the worst time of the year for suicide. So I think your project is perfectly timed.
We can say that it could be the divine timing, if you want, that it happened around this time. It wasn't planned this way. It just happened that I started thinking about it, and it moves along, and it just happened. Okay, this is the time, and it's actually going to end very soon, right before Christmas. So the week before Christmas, that's when it ends. So it is there's some kind of synchronicity, if you want, there.
Yes, yes, I love that. I don't believe in coincidence at all. So tell our audience a bit more about how are you running this project? How are you doing it? What are you doing? How can someone get involved in it?
Well, it's already been on for a little while right now, but you can always join the. I'm doing it through a Facebook page, and you can join. It's a live event that we are doing every day, and depending on your time zone, you may be able to catch it live.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're in Australia and you still want to get it, you may have to wake up a little early, but if that's beneficial for you, you can do it, or you can catch it later on. However, I like to have as many people live as possible, because what happened is, like, you personally know that when we deal with energy, the more people we have around, we have a synergy of that energy, and also the potentiality of that energy is exponential. It's not like 2% 2 by 2. It's exponentially higher, increases
Yes.
the level of the level we get to it. The frequency itself is amplified. The more people we get, the more the amplification is.
Yes, yes.
So that's why I like as many people as possible to catch it live, because they may benefit from it a lot more having it live than to catch it on the replay, to catch it later on after it goes. But I'm certain that even though they will get to that video or of the day, 3 months from now, they're still going to benefit from it.
Yes, that's the beauty of it. So are you doing it like an hour a day at the moment, or?
No, it's only a few minutes a day, because again, the commitment itself, I don't want to have people commit for a long time.
Yes,
we all have
yes.
things to do. We are all busy running our life, but we can take 15, 20 minutes out of it to help ourselves, take some time for ourselves. And this is one of the things that we do not do quite often, is to take the time.
Yes.
Take the time for ourselves. And this is one of the, I believe, is one of the reasons we are feeling that stress, because we have our society right now we do not take time for ourselves. We are always doing something. We are busy being busy.
Yes, that is very true. That is very true. And then when you find that if you do take that time, even if it is 15, 20 minutes to go for a walk or to meditate, your life is so much easier after that, because you're just giving yourself permission to be who you are, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
Yeah, society, we as a society, we always go, run, you've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to do this. And at the end of the day, sometimes it's like, wow, what have I done? I've been busy all day, I'm exhausted, but what did I really do?
Yeah, we are running around being busy.
Yes, yes.
And then we do not listen. We are not listening to ourselves. We are not listening to other people. We have a lot of noise around us, and most of us cannot have a day without the noise. It's like,
Yes.
if we cut the noise, it becomes so uncomfortable that we do something else. And I think that's one of the other problem we are running right now, is that we have not taken the time, or we have not learned to be with ourselves. That's why that isolation is affecting us that much.
Yes, yes,
True, we are built to be social people, social beings, but we also can survive very well and for a long period of time by ourselves.
yes,
If we look back in history and everything, we see that the first those people that went to the West in our American history, it's like, okay, they took their family, or sometimes by themselves, they went out to look for something, and they spent years by themselves.
mm, mm, mm.
Uh, so we have some history of some going mad, but not that many. I mean, it's a very minute percentage of them that went mad. Most of them were able to establish a homestead and live there, and then bring their family over if they needed to. And we also look in other societies, like where the culture was like, you go out to do something. There was what they call an initiation, if you want.
Yes,
You look at all
yes,
the natives cultures. We have the Native American culture. They went on when a young person is ready to move on to become a man or a woman, they have a ritual that they have. And a lot of it has to do with them being by themselves.
mm, mm, mm.
We look at the Aborigines in Australia, they have the walkabout. The walkabout is what you go out. It's a spiritual journey that you have to do by yourself.
Yes, yes,
You get guidance by your elders, but you eventually end up being by yourself for a period of time.
mm.
In African culture, we also see that different tribes, they do it differently, but there's always that initiation part where you go out and be by yourself to find your way, basically.
Mm, mm.
It's like when you're coming from childhood to adulthood, you find your way to be an adult. You find that's a definition of the initiation, I believe.
Yes,
And all that entailed to be by yourself and be able to listen to what to your real you, the core of yourself, your soul.
mm.
But now in our culture, nothing is there to help us. It is there to prepare us to be by ourselves.
Yes, that's true, because you don't have many rituals. Actually, I don't think you have any rituals anymore, where you actually say, allowing, to become an adult or to go into the next phase of life. So what happens is people just can't cope. I think maybe life has become too easy. Things are easily come by, and people don't really have major trauma in their lives. I mean, they do, but like major trauma, like maybe they did in the past. So now it's difficult to cope with what's happening because people don't know how to do that.
Right. And I am a firm believer that we have the knowledge to go through everything. We have that inner knowledge. We are here with that knowledge.
Yes.
And to be able to tap into that knowledge, we need that isolation. We need that silence. And it is silence for a lot of people is very uncomfortable.
Yes. Yes.
I used to instruct And when I was instructing, I would put out something like a question. I noticed some of my colleagues, they were doing something different. They put the question and they wait a little, and then they start prompting for the answer, or prompting prompting the student, okay,
Yes.
getting somebody to answer.
Yes.
But I had a different approach. My approach was like, okay, I put the question out, and then I waited and in silence, and then if there was like, you always have people that are always like doing something else when they are in a classroom.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I dealt with mostly adult, and they were doing something else. Then after a couple of seconds, 10-15 seconds, that silence became very heavy. and so much so that it was so uncomfortable for them that they had to break that silence, and somebody just like decided, okay, they will say something.
I love that. Yes, it's so funny. Also, when you're in you're in a group of people and you're having coffee or whatever you're doing, and you talk and talk, and then suddenly there's silence. And a lot of times people can't cope with that. You're right. They just they have to start speaking. So they just start speaking just to break that silence. And meanwhile,
Yes.
sometimes it's just nice to just be in each other's company without saying anything and just being together, right, at that point. But people need to learn that, or maybe experience it for themselves, which is very hard to do for a lot of people, like you were saying.
Right,
Yeah.
and hopefully they will learn that they can do it. There are ways to do it, and it doesn't have to be uncomfortable if you have the right support, the right person to guide you through it, and things like this. And actually, it becomes more and more enjoyable, because then you find things that are not there, that were there that you did not see before.
Yes, I love this. So is that something that your project will help people, guide people through, so that they're not afraid anymore of that silence?
The silence, maybe not, because it is a journey. It's not something that we can learn in a couple of days, and it's a process that we have to go through. It's like everything that we learn. It takes a little time, and we have to practice and get the more we practice, the better we get at it. But the project itself, what it is, it's addressing things like I've lost my job because of COVID. Okay, that's in itself, it is something that you don't want to experience. Nobody, I believe, want to experience that experience of losing his or her job.
Yes, yes.
Because again, depending on who that person is, it could be the whole family down the road that is affected by that, or it could be just that one individual. The thing is, how do we cope with that? And sure, we can, if we have the financial means, we can get help.
Yes.
But now we are out of money because we lost our job, unless we have financial support from somebody else, the family member or friends. How do we cope with that? How do we find the right support system for that? And what does that mean to me, that my job was taken out because of COVID? It's like, now it's not that something that maybe we've done in the past that is causing that. A lot of time when we lose our job, it was either we did something or the boss did not like us, or But this time it's like it's imposed on us
Yes.
because of that that situation we are in at this moment. So how do we cope with that? This is the kind of support that I provide in the program.
Okay.
It's like I am not a psychologist or anything like that, and a licensed psychologist, but I provide the energetic support that they find that peace, even though they lost their job. You can find that peace.
Yes.
You lost a family member. You can find that peace. You grieve, yes. Every loss, we have to go through a grieving stage, but we can find that peace afterwards.
Yes.
Those are the kind of things that we address in the program. It's like the I would say the human aspect of the tragedy we have right now.
Yes.
That is not being addressed. So this is the kind of support that we provide.
I love that. So are you also like speaking to, well, my marriage is falling apart now. What do I do? Or I've started drinking or taking sleeping tablets because of COVID, because I can't cope.
Yes, it will give you a coping. What it is, it's going to build your resilience. In a very few words, this is what's going to do for you. It's going to build your resilience to go through that event of our history. And once you are resilient in one thing, it's easy to be resilient in other things.
Yes, of course, yes.
So resilience is a trait that you can build on, and once you find that you are resilient within the COVID situation, then you'll be resilient for the rest of your life. You have that resource, that tool you have there. Resiliency can be defined also as a tool if you want. You have those tools available for you to cope with anything that is being thrown at you.
Yes, yes, and that
and
helps
we
a
all
lot.
have it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of finding it, bring it back to the surface, because right now it's buried in the ton and ton of noise and of everything.
Yes, yes, because then once you show the resilience, then you can see also other things, because with that, other things will obviously come up as well and give you even more power and realize that you are empowered in this situation.
Yes, yeah, it is an empowering program if you want. And the good thing is that you don't have to pay anything for it. And like of a support system where you may have a financial commitment. This one, you don't have any financial commitment to it, and it may have a disadvantage because people may think, okay, this is free, it's not going to help, because we tend to frown on free things. But because of the situation we are at, there are people that doesn't have the means right now to get support. They don't have the means to feed their family. So how can we go out and say, okay, let's make a program and have people pay for it and get that support? I mean, it doesn't make too much sense to me.
Okay, so you're giving this, that's really nice. It's nice for people to know that there is a space that they can go and just rest and grow within the system. And I know you said you were finished. It was.
I like what you said. It is actually a space that is being created. That's very true, and I did not mention that. It's a very good thing that you brought it forward. It is a space. It's a space where you can come in and feel that the support. It's a space that where you are safe, if you want.
Yes, yes, I love that, and feel the love, because if you're all working together in this with the same frame of mind, I mean, the healing is the energy of love. So that's beautiful as well. So it'll be perfect for, and it's interesting you ending just before Christmas. I know you've already started the program, but people can come in and join you anyway, right?
At any time they can, and if they can go back, it's a live. It's done through Facebook Live, so all the previous event are on the page, so they can come in and decide, and it's there for anybody to use. And even those that are participating, if they want to go back and revisit certain aspects that we already work on, they can revisit that particular subject matter and maybe go deeper with it and find it. Sometimes when you do something a couple of times, you find deeper meaning into it.
Yes, yes. I love it, because the more you do the healing, the more you can go deeper and deeper and eventually find, well, not really find, you're there already, but you'll see it. So that's beautiful.
Yes. And we are dealing with energy here, and the energy is usually, it's not like something abstract or static. Energy is always evolving, it's always moving, and it's going to support you at the state where you are. So once you move from that stage and you revisit that energy, you will get the support from where you are at that moment and move on.
Well, I think it's beautiful, and I'm sure you're getting a lot of good results from this. But like I said, you said you were finishing just before Christmas. What are your plans? Are you planning to do something else like this, or an upgraded version of this in the new year?
I don't know what you bring something up that I may ask the people that are participating. Okay, if they would like to have something like this going on, but if we do something like that, it's not going to be every day like we are doing it right now, because that's a lot of investment of my time.
Yes.
And I don't think I can commit on a very long period for every day doing something like this. But let's see what happened and how it evolved. And we just take it one step at a time and
Yes.
be in the moment. What the moment requires from us, we'll do it.
Yes, I love it. Then that's also very difficult for a lot of people to do, is because of all the distractions, because of all the noises. It's very difficult to actually be here at this time speaking to you without phones and everything else happening around you. So I think that'll be a big lesson too. And I'm sure it is with your people right now, where they feel like it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes here, just be here with me now, please.
Actually, they are not only with me, they are with themselves, which is the most important thing. Because once we find ourselves, we find the I, the true I, and that has a much profound ramification than just coming here and find the support. Because yes, we are here, we are supporting that, but it's more beautiful when they find the I, the I, the real person they are, the real I they are. Because again, that's something that I know it might sound philosophical, but a lot of people do not know who they are.
Yes.
They relate themselves to their job, their function, their title, but who behind that, who is that person behind that, they don't really know.
Yes, yes. Or they hide behind their cars and their houses, and yes. So this is really very multifaceted and very deep. So I commend you for doing this, Juan. And I know that because I've seen your work, you're really good at what you do. And I know that you've changed so many lives. So with this, working with people for this time, I think it's going to make a huge impact. So I thank you so much for that.
Well, it is my pleasure to offer these kind of things. It's like, again, I saw the need, and I really did not know what to do. So I ponder on the idea of how can I help, and this what came up. And I set it up and start running with it and see what happened.
I love it. So people, this project has already started, but you can join at any time, because even though Juan is going live, which is what you really want, but you can come in right now and just look at all the past events of this time. Go and experience Juan, go and experience the energy, and experience the support, and support each other. Because I think right now that's what we need. We need to support and love each other, and try and get away from all these crazy stories. You, me, them, they. Let's just be together as one. Together, one person, one community, one country, one world. Right?
Yeah, we are one species, human species. It's like, so what's the big thing? Why is the polarization? Why this or that? It's like, we are the human species. If we falter, we are faltering the human species.
Yes.
We are not faltering this culture or that culture or this person or that person. We are faltering the whole humanity of this planet.
Exactly.
Which is by itself unique. Even though there might be life somewhere else, I don't know, but I don't think they'll be like us. Human is like individuals. It's unique.
Yes, and it's beautiful. I mean, look at the beautiful world we live in, right? Just look around. Well,
I think what happened, instead of COVID-19 bringing us, like all of us going through the same hardship, instead of bringing us together, it had unfortunately, it was put in such a way that it polarized us. It moved us in 10 different directions instead of bringing us back together.
Yes. And I think what we need to remember is it's not me or you, it's me and you. So I think we need to take all out of our vocabulary, but that's
very true.
So thank you so much, Juan. We will have all the details to your project in the show notes. So everyone just go and check Juan out and go and feel his beautiful energy, and just go and support each other and love each other. And let's have a beautiful holiday season. And yes, there's support there. If you need it, just reach out. So all the details will be in the show notes. Juan, I am so honored and privileged to have you today. I'm so excited for this. Are there any last things you want to tell our audience before we go?
Well, I would say for the holiday season, for Christmas, give yourself a Christmas gift, the gift of silence. Take 2 minutes, turn everything off. Not like my phone going off right now. Take 2 minutes. You don't have to do it for a long time. Just take 2 minutes. It's out of 24 hours. What is 2 minutes? Take 2 minutes for yourself. Put your phone away, turn the TV off, turn all the music off and everything, and just sit there and be with yourself. And a very good way to do it is just sit there and just bring into your awareness your breath. Just sit there and just follow your breath. You don't have to do anything extra. You don't have to change the way you breathe or do anything different. Just sit and be aware of your breath, how you breathe for 2 minutes, and see what happened to you.
Thank you. I love that challenge. So there's a challenge out for everybody. Breathe, just breathe and take time, 2 minutes of your time every day, and see what happens. Thank you so much, Juan. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
This has been awesome, and it's been a pleasure. I wish you a lot of luck for the continuation of your project, and may you get so many beautiful possibilities out of it, and hopefully, and just touch so many lives. Thank you so much.
It is my pleasure, Carina.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. You too. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And Merry Christmas to everyone. See you. Bye.
Thank you for listening, and thank you for listening right to the end. Now, if you want to know more about breaking fear and if it's keeping you stuck, check out the quiz. The details are below. Subscribe so you can hear some more of this delicious conversations. And then watch out for my book, The Clank of Chains, which is coming out very soon. Thank you again for being here, and we will see you next time. Bye.